if you know LeBron James, so LeBron James is a basketball player from Ohio, huge superstar. So we've known about LeBron since I've been since I was in high school. For us, we accept him as like one of our own. We know that he's a superstar, but for us, he's in Ohio, and we feel that special connection to him. That's kind of how I feel about Moses. He's he's from Ohio. He's originally from Akron, Ohio. That's a city that I lived in for many years. I studied there, university. You had this day where you went out and you met Moses, and then you even made a leveling up video, and you had a really nice interview with him. What are your memories about that? How did that come together? And your experience and time with Moses? I'd really love to hear.
Yeah, it was amazing because, to be honest, when I reached out to him because I knew I was passing through Ohio, I had a very unimaginative idea of how we were going to spend time together. I thought we would literally have lunch, talk a little bit about, our YouTube channels, and then that would be it. I had absolutely no deeper plans to like do a collaboration or whatever. But
Hmm.
the second I got in his car, he pulled out his camera and he was like, "So Benny and I are leveling up," and I was like, "We're
Oh.
what?" So I was not expecting that, and fortunately, I'm the kind of person that I can imagine so many other people would have been like so devastated at the idea of having to level up,
I know.
um, because it's an intimidating concept.
For
But
sure.
fortunately, I'm outgoing enough that even though that's never been my style, that I was like, all right, let's do it. I'm leveling up with the man himself. So we went straight to that mall. And one thing that I wanted to do with after he said he was going to record this video is I knew that at the time he uploaded completely unedited long cuts. Like his videos were 2 or 3
Two
hours
hours,
long.
3 hours
Yep.
long. Yep.
And what I wanted to do is, because editing videos have always been a passion of mine.
Uh-huh.
More recently, I've gotten into even learning how to edit special effects into videos. So, like, even back then, whenever that was, like 2012 maybe, um, I wanted to take his very long content and I wanted to turn it into a video of the most like impressive moments. So not only did I want to do that, so I got all his content, I edited it later. I also wanted to make sure there was some kind of a narrative in the video. So I made sure in the middle of it, when he turned to me, that I said why what we're doing is so important and that people need to try to get out of their comfort zones and speak to people, so that that if the video did well, that it would get that message across, because I did not want this to be about, look at how smart these two guys are, because
Mm.
that's always been something I battle against. And so we had those moments, and he spoke, like, I think Hmong and maybe Cambodian and like all these
Yep.
random languages. I spoke my Spanish and my French,
And Mandarin too.
and Mandarin as well. Yeah, that's right. And then I uploaded the video, and very shortly after, it got on the front page of Reddit.
Are you serious? Damn.
So obviously that was entirely because of Moses. His story was so fascinating, and I will be forever grateful that he is the kind of person that just said, Benny, we're going to level up. Because unfortunately, if it was down to me, if Moses had visited my town, I would have just said, let's go get a pizza, and that would have been it. And it would have been like, oh, I got to meet Moses, but I don't really have an interesting story to tell about it. But he made it interesting, and that reminds me that I need to do that a lot more. That I need to be as adventurous as he is. That even if I'm an outgoing extrovert, that there's so much I could learn from people like him. That especially if you share your story in a particular way, that he inspired so many
So many.
people.
So many.
And his story was so inspirational, and of course I was heartbroken when I heard it.
Me too.
And I consider myself so lucky that I got to meet him. Not only meet him, but to live this level up experience. it's like it's priceless. I feel like you would pay thousands of dollars to be able to have like join Moses in a
Yeah,
level
like
up
a boot
experience.
camp, like a boot
Yeah.
camp, like join Moses with a level up boot camp.
Yep.
Exactly.
So, and I just happened to get that experience out of just luck in me traveling through Ohio. And yeah, when I heard that news, one way I wanted to contribute to his memory was I reached out to, I think, 50 different polyglots, and I got all of us to collaborate on a video where we shared some of Moses' most incredible moments from his own reel. Fortunately, someone in his community had access to his best clips and they could share those with me. And we read a poem by Dr. Seuss, and I tried to edit it in a very impressive way. And we shared that. And I'm glad I was able to do something to kind of, you know, to share that passion I had for, even though I only got to meet him that once, it was just such an amazing experience.
And it was so natural between you guys. It was so natural. And you as a self-proclaimed extrovert, it was interesting because you were explaining, this is not exactly my style. I do more social circle stuff, parties, gatherings, whatever it may be. So even you were pushing yourself, and you were running with it. I mean, I go, all right, he's out of his element, but you were really running with it. You were living the moment, and I thought that was fantastic. And what I thought was also really, really, really nice, and I know these were videos that I've watched throughout the years, but doing preparation for this interview, I went back and I wanted to watch those again. And in the interview, you did something for me that really, really touched me. And I never really, I never quite felt it like that before in the previous times I watched the video. At the end of the interview, you take your classic hats, and Moses is wearing his classic hat, the one that I don't even know how to describe that hat. He always used to wear that kind
Like
of
a
hat.
fishing hat, yeah.
And you took it and you exchanged hats, and then Moses was wearing your hat, and vice versa. And it was just, I don't know, for me that was brought such a smile to my face. And it's been an honor to talk with you, Benny. What I'm trying to get at is, many people of us have been inspired by people like you, like Moses, and you guys were really kind of like the first people to really appear in this online scene of language learning, right? And you guys clearly have done so much good. And one of my missions is to continue with this trend of goodness, of positivity, of improving self and in life. And well, that's all I wanted to say. So thank you.
Yeah, keep up the good work. Keep that positive message going, because that's what it comes down to, is that, there may be some people like Moses and I that early on were doing this, but we are a language learning community, and each one of us can make a huge difference and inspire so many people. So I'm always very glad. I never consider it like a competitive thing that, if I'm meeting Moses, then I'm like, how can I take this guy down because he's my competitor? No, it's been amazing to meet others from the polyglot community and seeing how they spread the positive message. So definitely keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, that was the interview. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay on your come up.